Most people think muscle loss happens only when they stop exercising or when they aren't eating enough protein during the day. But the truth is, one of the most dangerous times for your muscles is actually while you're sleeping. Think about it. You go to bed around 10 at night and don't eat again until 7 in the morning. That's 9 long hours with no fuel coming in. During that time, your body still needs energy. And if it doesn't have a steady supply of amino acids, it quietly breaks down muscle tissue to keep your vital organs running. Scientists call this overnight catabolism, and it's one of the main reasons older adults lose strength so quickly without realizing it. After 60, this effect becomes even stronger because your muscles are less responsive to protein signals. That's why so many seniors wake up feeling stiff, weak, or sore without knowing why. The body is literally using its own muscle as fuel. The good news is this isn't something you have to accept. Research shows that giving your muscles the right kind of slow-digesting protein before bed flips the switch from breakdown to repair. Instead of waking up weaker, you can wake up stronger, more energized, and ready to face the day. The nighttime hours, once a danger zone for muscle loss, can actually become your greatest opportunity for recovery and growth if you give your body the right nourishment before your head hits the pillow. Sleep is supposed to be the body's repair shop, the time when every cell gets a chance to heal. And while that's true in many ways, for muscles after 60, the story is more complicated. During the first half of the night, your body releases growth hormone, which should help stimulate muscle repair. But as we age, our natural growth hormone levels drop dramatically, sometimes by as much as 75% compared to our younger years. That means the overnight repair signal is much weaker than it used to be. Add to that the fact that your muscles are fasting for 7 to 10 hours while you sleep, and instead of building, they often shrink. Scientists from Maastricht University discovered something fascinating. Older adults who went to bed without protein showed almost no muscle protein synthesis overnight, while those who consumed a slow-digesting protein source before sleep experienced a surge in repair activity. It's like the difference between sending workers to a job site with empty toolboxes versus giving them everything they need to build through the night. Without fuel, your body doesn't just pause growth. It actually pulls amino acids from your muscles to keep your brain and organs running. That's why many seniors wake up feeling sore or weaker, even after what seems like a good night's rest. The body is doing its best with limited resources. But by adding the right food at the right time, you can transform sleep from a period of silent breakdown into your most powerful window of muscle recovery. So, what is this food that can protect your muscles while you sleep? Believe it or not, it's cottage cheese. I know, it doesn't sound glamorous, but science shows it's one of the most powerful nighttime foods for anyone over 60. A single cup of cottage cheese contains about 28 grams of high-quality protein, most of it in the form of casein. Casein is what we call a slow-digesting protein, meaning it releases amino acids into your bloodstream steadily for 6 to 8 hours. That's exactly the window when your muscles need protection. Instead of being starved through the night, they're drip-fed the building blocks for repair. Researchers at Florida State University tested this by giving older adults cottage cheese 30 minutes before bedtime. The results were impressive. Muscle protein synthesis increased significantly, even though the participants were simply resting in bed. In other words, they built muscle while sleeping. And there's more. Cottage cheese also delivers leucine, the amino acid that acts like a trigger for muscle growth. One serving provides about 3 grams, which is the sweet spot older muscles need to turn on their repair systems. Unlike supplements or powders, cottage cheese is real food, easy to digest, and gentle on the stomach. Many of my patients who can't tolerate meat at night find it soothing and satisfying. Eat it plain, with fruit, or even blend it into a smoothie. What matters most is consistency. One small bowl before bed can be the difference between waking up weaker or waking up stronger.
Think of your muscles like a construction site. During the day, workers are active, repairs are happening, and new structures are being built. But what happens if the workers show up at night and there are no materials? Construction stops. And in fact, parts of the building may even get dismantled to keep the lights on. That's exactly what happens to your muscles when you go to bed without giving them protein. Your body still needs fuel, and if it doesn't find it in your bloodstream, it quietly breaks down muscle tissue to keep your organs functioning. This is where slow digesting protein becomes a lifesaver. Unlike fast proteins, which flood your system quickly and then disappear, casein protein from foods like cottage cheese provides a steady trickle of amino acids for 6 to 8 hours. It's like delivering a steady stream of building materials to that construction site all night long. Studies from Maastricht University demonstrated that older adults who consumed casein before bed had a 22% higher rate of muscle protein synthesis compared to those who didn't. That's not a small difference. It's the kind of boost that can determine whether you stay independent or start struggling with basic tasks in the years ahead. The beauty is how gentle and natural it is. You don't need powders, shakes, or expensive supplements. A small bowl of cottage cheese, rich in casein and leucine, can keep your muscles supplied with exactly what they need. While you sleep, the work continues, silently protecting your strength for the next day. The idea of eating before bed used to come with warnings. People were told it would lead to weight gain, indigestion, or restless sleep. But modern science paints a very different picture, especially for older adults concerned about muscle loss. Research now shows that the right kind of protein at night doesn't add fat, it adds strength. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed seniors who consumed a serving of casein protein before sleep for 3 months. Compared to those who didn't, the bedtime group built more lean muscle and actually improved their metabolism, meaning their bodies used energy more efficiently. Another study from the University of Birmingham confirmed that protein consumed before bed directly stimulated overnight muscle protein synthesis, something that daytime meals alone could not fully achieve. Scientists explain it this way. Muscles act like sponges for amino acids, but in older adults, the sponge becomes stiffer and harder to fill. Providing a slow, steady drip of protein at night keeps that sponge soaked and active, allowing tissue to repair and grow while you rest. This doesn't just help muscles, it improves balance, walking speed, and even reduces the risk of falls. And unlike myths about midnight snacking, these benefits happen without disrupting sleep or adding unwanted pounds. In fact, many participants reported feeling more rested, likely because amino acids such as glycine support deeper, more restorative sleep. For older adults, bedtime protein is not a risk, it's an opportunity. Let me share with you the kinds of changes I've seen firsthand when seniors begin using bedtime nutrition strategically. John, a 74-year-old retired engineer, came to me frustrated by how weak he felt in the mornings. He said even pouring a heavy kettle of water made his arms ache. I suggested something simple, a half cup of cottage cheese before bed 3 nights a week. Within 6 weeks, John noticed he was waking up with more energy and less soreness. By 3 months, he proudly told me he was carrying grocery bags again, without fear of dropping them. Then there's Linda, age 69, who struggled with balance and was worried about falling at night when she got up to use the bathroom. After adding a bedtime serving of protein-rich Greek yogurt, which works similarly to cottage cheese, she reported feeling steadier in the mornings. Her daughter even noticed she was walking faster on their weekend outings.
And I'll never forget Maria, a 77-year-old widow who thought she was too old to make a difference. After 3 months of consistent bedtime protein, she surprised herself by joining a senior dance class she had long admired. These aren't isolated miracles. They reflect what the science already tells us. Give your muscles slow digesting protein before bed, and they'll use it to rebuild while you rest. The best part is that these changes don't require gyms, supplements, or expensive plans. Just a simple, consistent habit that transforms fragile nights into powerful opportunities for strength. When it comes to protecting your muscles at night, Timing is just as important as what you eat. Many people make the mistake of having their last protein at dinner around 6 o'clock, then going to bed at 10. That leaves a 4-hour gap before sleep, and by the time your head hits the pillow, most of that protein is already digested. Your muscles enter the night nearly empty-handed. The secret is to give them fuel closer to bedtime. Research shows that consuming 20 to 40 grams of slow-digesting protein within 2 hours of going to sleep maximizes overnight muscle repair. That's why a serving of cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, or a protein-fortified warm drink is so effective in the late evening. It lines up perfectly with your body's repair cycles. Think of it as setting out tools for workers before they start their shift. If the tools are there when the night shift begins, progress happens. If not, they just stand around waiting or start dismantling what's already built. For seniors, this timing is crucial because of something called anabolic resistance. Older muscles need a stronger signal and more amino acids to respond. Giving them protein right before rest ensures that signal is loud and clear. I often recommend making it part of your nightly wind down, like brushing your teeth or reading before bed. By turning it into a ritual, you ensure consistency. And consistency is what transforms a small snack into a powerful health strategy. One of the best things about this bedtime muscle-saving strategy is how simple and affordable it can be. You don't need exotic powders, mail-order shakes, or anything that strains your budget. Cottage cheese, for example, costs just a few dollars for a container that lasts several nights. Greek yogurt works the same way, and if you prefer a warm option, you can blend either one into a soothing bedtime smoothie with fruit or even a sprinkle of cinnamon. Some of my patients keep it as easy as pairing half a cup of cottage cheese with a handful of berries or sliced peaches. Others prefer savory. Mixing in chopped cucumber and herbs like dill creates a refreshing late-night snack. The key is finding a version you enjoy so it becomes a treat, not a chore. If you struggle with appetite in the evening, start small. Even a few spoonfuls will help and can be built up over time. For those with dental or swallowing issues, blending cottage cheese into a creamy shake with a little milk makes it silky smooth and effortless to consume. If refrigeration is an issue, there are shelf-stable casein-based shakes available at reasonable prices that offer the same slow-release benefits. The bottom line is that this doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. In fact, most seniors I've worked with find that replacing late-night cookies, crackers, or sugary snacks with a protein-rich option not only strengthens their muscles, but also helps them sleep better and wake up less groggy. Whenever we talk about adding new foods or supplements, it's important to consider safety. While cottage cheese and other casein-rich foods are generally well tolerated, some people over 60 may have specific issues to keep in mind. If you're lactose intolerant, choose lactose-free versions or opt for casein-based powders that are designed to be gentle on digestion. For those with high blood pressure, pay attention to sodium content. Many packaged cottage cheeses can be higher in salt, so reading labels matters. A good rule is to keep sodium below 200 milligrams per serving if possible. Another consideration is portion size. Remember, more is not always better. Studies show that around 25 to 30 grams of protein at night is ideal for stimulating muscle repair. But beyond that, the body doesn't gain much extra benefit. If you're on medication for kidney disease or have been told to limit protein, you'll need to discuss with your doctor before making changes. Food allergies are rare with dairy but possible, so be alert to symptoms like bloating, rash, or breathing difficulty. And finally, think about timing. Eating right before lying flat can sometimes cause reflux. For those prone to heartburn, try to finish your protein snack 30 to 60 minutes before bed. These simple precautions make all the difference between a positive, sustainable routine and one that creates new problems. With a few adjustments tailored to your health, this nightly habit can be not only safe, but one of the most powerful tools you'll ever use to protect your independence and mobility. When you think about aging, most people picture decline as inevitable, but what I want you to remember is that your body is capable of rebuilding itself even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s if you give it the right tools. Muscle is not just for athletes or the young. It is your shield against falls, your engine for daily energy, and your key to staying independent. Each time you give your body slow-release protein before bed, you are placing bricks back into the wall of strength that time has been slowly chipping away. Imagine waking up in the morning not weaker, but stronger than the night before. That is the power of fueling your body during its natural repair cycle. I have seen patients in their 70s regain the ability to garden, travel, and even carry their grandchildren again, simply because they made this one nightly change. It is not about chasing perfection or building muscles like a bodybuilder. It is about protecting what you already have and reclaiming confidence in your body. So tonight, as you prepare for rest, think of that small bowl of cottage cheese or glass of Cassin shake as your investment in tomorrow's freedom. Each serving is a vote for more years of movement, laughter, and dignity. Do not wait for a doctor to warn you about frailty or a fall to remind you how vital your muscles are. Start now. Take back your strength one night at a time, and let every sunrise bring you proof that you still hold the power to shape your future.